and Sori.
And this is the Carnivore Race War.
This is for the call.
The call.
Yep.
Shout out to the call. Pony, all that jazz. That's Pony and Leah and them.
I think this is Jay's cat that was in the intro. I want to know what that kitty's name is. Jay,
Jay's
let me
cat?
know. I'm assuming it's Jay's cat. Doesn't he look like he belongs
Now,
to
you,
Jay?
dear listener, might be asking, what in the world is an alliance? An alliance is what happens when you get on the entry level of Patreon. $1 Patreon gets you in at the gate. And then you get recruited by different alliances. They have different genre, interests, etc., etc. You pull your points together, and that helps determine what song that we listen to, like what we're doing right now. Now, why would we create the Patreon alliance system? Well, the reason is most of the time when you watch reaction channel, other reaction channels, and you should like, share, comment, subscribe, you will see that they will cut it every 20, 30 seconds or so. The reason for that is that if you don't, Google will send you this nifty little email and they'll tell you, hey, your account is in good standing, but the money that you would have gotten from the little commercial that you see at the beginning of the video, we're taking our cut, and the cut that would have gone to you is now going to the record label.
Surprise.
Surprise!
But it's so I think it's funny the way they word it, because it's basically like, don't worry, you don't need to make any changes.
Right.
Continue to send us your work.
Correct. And I'm not mad at YouTube or Google or anybody for that, because they gave us a platform for free, right? So you can't be mad at it.
Yeah,
you can't have a sense of entitlement.
You like Ben Webb, so we understand why you would not be mad at him.
You can't have a sense of entitlement. So, Patreon supplements that loss, because we try different things. We try to cut it up, things like that. And our folks were like, no, we like it the way that it is. Mm-hmm. And so we acquiesce to their demands.
Once again, you win.
So that was...
If our YouTube channel was a woman, I'd be very jealous of her.
That was very good. That's the logic. So if you feel that $1 a month is worth your troubles, then jump on. Of course, there's a $5 tier, $10 tier. $5 tier has the first 40 seconds of the song, because Sori and I are actually in a band, and then the $10 tier has other stuff, and etc., etc. Okay, Race War Carnivore, let's do it.
Carnivore. See, there it is. It says, if there are no problems, you don't need to take any action. You don't need to delete your video.
Right, because they're making money.
Leave it there for our benefit.
Unbelievable.
Oh, okay, ready?
Yeah.
That's me. Stop doing that.
Cool.
This is the United States of America.
Yeah!
And you got a right to hate who you want.
Yeah!
Stop busting heads. Black against white.
Oh no!
Yellow versus red. The fight won't stop.
Hey, is this the dude from
I'll do a
that Peter's Field?
until we're all dead.
Abandoned hope. Wow.
Jay sent me Jay texted me at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Something like that. He's like, yo, Middle America's popping. I was like, what happened, bro? He's like, yo, I posted something and the whole place exploded. It just looked, he's got like 400 comments on this shit.
Whoa.
Well, he was posting about little homie. Rest in peace to little Canon and all the silly folks trying to make an equivalency between that and BLM. I think he was explaining how there's no equivalency. But that whole situation with little homie indicates that people aren't listening, because it says that every time a white dude kills a black person, all these black people are marching. No, silly. People are marching because Tamir Rice got smoked on camera And the dude that killed him didn't serve any jail time. Or Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
Got smoked in her own house. She was bleeding out for 20 minutes without medical attention. And the dudes that did it took 100 days to get fired. And 140 days have gone by and there's not even a fucking indictment. You silly person. Meanwhile, the evil bastard that killed this kid, which I'm not even going to name, and you guys know how I am with the death penalty and killing. I don't believe that killing is good under any circumstances. However, that's my conviction as a Christian. But if this dude ends up expiring in prison for what he did to that little 5-year-old kid, you're not going to see your brother shedding a tear for that guy. And I have no problem shedding tears for the dead. But that motherfucker needs to go. Period. Full stop. But the difference is, the dude that shot Little Cannon was apprehended within less than 24 hours. And he was charged with murder 1. And how much you want to bet he's not going to get the George Zimmerman treatment? Which is to say, he gets off, and then he gets a $200,000 GoFundMe, and then he gets to sell the weapon that he killed the child with for $250,000. You silly people. How about you actually fucking listen to what the fuck people are saying instead of using this kid as a political argument and you don't even know what the fuck we're arguing? Pisses me right the fuck off. I, to be honest with you, the entire situation, all the stupid people, and you know, of course, the whole nobody's reporting this. It's gone viral, you silly person. Everybody and their mother knows about it. Dummy. What the fuck are you talking about? Fox News had it the day that it happened. Like, what are these people talking about? Like, but the thing that really gets me is that the reason I'm really pissed off about this particular situation isn't necessarily the arguments, because the arguments are so easy to deconstruct. Like, look, if you're a fucking racist, just come out and say you're a racist. Like, I got a guy on the forum, you know, I knew he was gonna post some shit. By the way, he posted his Holocaust denial shit, and I deleted your comment because you can say all the silly things you want, Neelis, but I'm not gonna let you put up your Holocaust denial shit in my forum. But anyway, but I still love you. I still love you. But the reason I love him is because he'll just come out and say he's a racist. I love him for that shit. Yeah. What I don't like is people that do that shit and then say, "Oh, I'm not like." If you're trying to make some equivalency between this and what BLM is talking about, at minimum, you're admitting that you haven't been listening for the past 4 fucking years. That's the only explanation. Because I don't think people are that dumb. Like,
it's just, for me, it's so difficult to swallow the fact that the hate and anger and everything that goes on between races is being taken out on children.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Both Tamir Rice and this other little boy. And I totally hear what you're saying, where they're, you know, at least, you know, with this little boy, right away the guy was taken in, he was charged, he was, you know, it was first degree murder, like they went after him. And with Tamir Rice, they didn't. And that is shit. Horrible.
And the same people. But at
the end of the day, they're still, people's babies are dead.
No, the same people. Because I remember when the whole Tamir Rice thing went down, and you had all these fucking people on Facebook saying, "Well, you know, we gotta let the legal system do its job, and hey, we gotta trust, you know, hey, we gotta trust the law and we trust the legal system, da 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 da," and telling us that we were being too emotional and shit, and that we should just, you know, trust the legal system to do its work. And then this shit happens, and even though the assailant got arrested, they're still pissed off. It's like, okay, so you just exposed yourself that you were telling us to do that shit because you don't really give a fuck about what's really happening. But the biggest thing to me about that entire situation is not the silly people trying to make a correlation between that and BLM, but the worst thing to me is that kid was in front of his brothers and sisters, man. They shot that little boy right in front of his brother and sister. Like, and I gotta tell you, like, I honestly don't know who's in the worst position, that kid or his brother and sister, you know? He was supposed to be in kindergarten. That was his first day.
Oh, I thought that
Kindergarten was that Monday. I think he got killed like the day before he was supposed to go to school. Fuck that guy for doing that shit, man. I swear to God. Like, honestly, like, there'd be one of those times where I'm like, yo, I gotta make an exception, Lord, and go back to my... That guy, man. Whatever he gets, he deserves whatever he gets. I don't give a fuck. That was fucking horrible. It's a fucking horrible situation, man. Just a terrible situation. But it's cool though, like they've got like $500,000 already in GoFundMe for this kid. So his family's gonna be good, you know what I mean? Because apparently they were not in a good situation. Well, people might say, well, I mean, who cares? But like, think about it.
We'll be able to move out of that area.
When Trayvon got killed, his killer got $500,000. So at least the money is going to the kid and his family. You know, but that should tell you everything you need to know. Trayvon gets killed, his killer gets $500,000 and he's out of jail. This anyway. But you know, social media exacerbates the hell out of that shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Because it creates environments where people who would never say that shit to your face, and I know that these people would never say that shit to my face because they've been in my face. See what I'm saying? They've been in the same room with me. They never said that shit when I was in the room. So, like, it's just a fucking horrible situation. But that kid, man, like, kid was on his bike, like doing regular shit.
Oh.
And like part of me, like I don't even want to know why that dude did that. I just want that guy gone. But another part of me is like,
no, I want to know why.
Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like,
I was.
How does a decision like that get made?
Every day since I found out, I've been saying, why?
And you do shit like.
Why a baby? Why a little boy?
What are you saying?
Just 5 years old. Like, why? I just can't.
It's weird, man. It's like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, it's just a horrible situation. And I can't, like, you know. I've seen some really terrible shit, but there was always some sort of logic to it, you know what I mean? Like, there was always like, oh, these people have been fighting for 100 years, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they got this blood feud from whatever. Like, but with that kid, it's like,
I just can't even. Ugh. And then it starts me thinking like, we have a lot of kids, you know, and we're just gonna keep having more. And I'm like, you have that many kids, the odds of something horrible happening in your family, it's like, I just, like, as a parent, when something like that happens, you have to go on for the other kids, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you get off something like that, man.
Yeah, like, how can you not ruin the childhood for the other kids because of your pain?
But like their brother got smoked right in front of them. Like, that's the thing. Like, like that dude took like 3 or 4 lives. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He, like,
I don't even understand that. I feel like they must have been living in a weird area. You know what I mean? Like a kind of rougher area.
Why?
I don't know, because that to me doesn't seem like something that would happen in a...
I mean, in a rough area.
Subdivision, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, when I was in the hood, like, we had like 2 or 3 white people that went to our school. Like, they were untouched. They didn't get touched. Nobody touched them. We were too busy going after each other. Like, they weren't gangsters. They weren't, you know what I mean? Like, they were like completely untouched. It was one white girl that used to roll around with us, and she got into shit. That's just because she chose to get into it. You know what I mean? Like, we never went out. Nobody went after white people. So, like, that doesn't, you know, like, I don't understand, like, and obviously, you know, you look at the guy's picture and he looks obviously mentally deranged, the guy.
That's what I'm saying.
The guy's probably got a couple spirits in him or whatever, but I don't give a fuck what his issue is, and I don't want to know what his issue is, and I don't care. Like, that guy needs to die. Period.
Yeah,
Full
it's
stop.
so weird
Fuck him.
because, like, I have so many, like, not very Christian feelings about that. I'm like, part of me is like, you know, like you say, fuck that guy.
Fuck him.
And then I'm like, yeah, he needs to die. And then when I think that, then I think, well, perhaps God would be merciful to him. And then I'm like, no, he should rot in jail then. Somebody needs to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I want God to be just as merciful to him as he was merciful to that little kid. He gets just as mercy as he gets for the little kid. Which obviously, I have no right to say that. Like, this is completely against, like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just emotional right now because, like, the whole situation is fucked up. You know what I mean? And I'm so, like, it's frustrating. It's upsetting. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, it's upsetting that this is going on in our country.
Yeah.
You know, like, people are so, I don't know, man, but human life is just so, like, disposable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that gets me about the whole situation and this little kid. It's like, you're just gonna make that decision and throw away this kid's life and throw away this kid's life right in front of it. You know, like, there was a rapper that, you know, that I really liked for a while. He got shot. He died like a week or two ago. At
Yeah.
the same time, like, dude was making records about the other
Yeah.
side's dead homies.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like,
And it literally doesn't matter to me, like, what this 5-year-old said to him. Like, he could say the most horrible racist thing there is to say.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I don't care that the
Nothing-
kid said it, but there is
but
nothing
nobody-
that would justify shooting
yeah,
a child
but
in the head like
that wasn't even the thing. He just randomly went up and walked up on the kid. Like, that's the thing. Like, with the rapper, I'm like, it's tragic. I'm sad it happened. But I'm like, yo, bro, you made a song about all these dudes dead homies. You're making fun of them and all
Yeah.
this shit. Like, it makes complete sense. Like, I was reading a headline that was like a senseless killing. I'm like, it wasn't a senseless killing. Like, you make fun of people's dead friends. Like, obviously dudes are gonna get at you. Like, what do you mean it was a senseless killing?
Yeah.
It made perfect sense. This, though, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what do you mean?
Why the kid? Why not the dad? Like, you know what I mean? Like, somebody. But see, that to me is like, that's that weak shit from, you know what I mean? Like, well, how are you gonna go after a little kid? Like, who does that? Who goes after kids?
Yeah, I don't.
I wouldn't have wanted him to go after the father, obviously, but that makes more sense
They
to
were
me.
neighbors for 8 years. The dude that shot him, they were neighbors
That means
for
he
8
saw
years.
that little boy as an infant.
Yeah, he was around 3 years before the kid was even born. You know, like,
They shared dinner with him a day before the shooting. I can't even.
so this dude was at, you know, had dinner with
that
the
guy.
suspect the day
Hate that
before.
guy.
They had no issues. There wasn't anything between me and him, and there was no bad blood whatsoever.
Both men sat on the porch and sipped beer.
And then he goes up the next day and blows the kid away. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, no. The only thing, like, within the same neighborhood is that now you want to use this kid to go after BLM, which is so stupid, so fucking stupid, and so easily, you know, deconstructed. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, it's a hard balance because I remember being in certain church contexts, and there was this other group of Christians, and there was some racist shit that had happened, and so the girl was married to the pastor. They were young church planters, and she posted that. And then the guy that was like the head of their organization said, "Why are you posting this? You're being divisive,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah." So it's like, you know, the line of when are you perpetuating a race war, supposedly, and when are you speaking the truth. Because, and there are certain contexts where if you're black, you can't, like, there's a lot of pressure on black folks in majority white church communities to just fucking just go along with shit. You know what I mean? Especially when you see people on Facebook that you go to church with and they say some dumb shit. And then you're supposed to go to church with them and act like everything is all good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
So it's a crazy world we live in, man. It's a really terrible world that we live in. And obviously, you know, I don't believe, I mean, I'm in a horrible mood for obvious reasons, but I don't believe that this is inevitable. I'm pretty sure we're going to figure it out. It's just going to take a lot of people listening to each other. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I shot that video in another forum, and I explained like the minute, because I found out about the Canon situation from the Glenn Beck page that I'm part of, which I don't really like Glenn Beck or any of those dudes, but you know, I listen to people I disagree with all the time. So I heard about the story from him, and I knew immediately why he was doing it and what was happening. Like, I knew immediately what they were doing. And I knew immediately where it was going to go. And I said to myself, you should shoot a video about this to get ahead of this. And then I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm purposely not going to do that. So that, because I was thinking to myself, like, yo, you're thinking about this like a chess game or something. Like, oh, they did this and I know what they're doing. I'm going to get ahead of it. And it's like, whoa. Like, this kid is dead, bro. Like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. So I purposely didn't say anything about it because I knew my motives were not right about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure it would have done great on Middle America, blah blah blah. But I'm like, I'm not gonna do what these people are about to do and sure enough, they used it. You know, nobody's reporting on it, blah blah blah. And it perpetuated this nonsense that white people are facing eradication in America and all this other nonsense. But I was like, I'm not gonna take part. I'm not gonna take part in that. I'm not gonna take part in using this kid and playing chess with this kid's dead body. Like, that's crazy to me. And then the people that do that, fuck all of you. You're a fucking horrible individual. For a bunch of reasons. But anyway, yeah. So the song just kind of it was on schedule and it kind of caught us at a pretty terrible time.
Oh yeah.
And you know, like I said, I'm not in a very, you know, I just, you know, having a baby and then we're pregnant again and things like that, and like all the hope that you have for your kid, and then you see how they are when they're babies and you're like, oh, he's gonna be this, he's gonna be that. Like, as a parent, you're not thinking like, yo, I'm gonna bury my kid. Like, you know, like, might be a football player, he might be this, he might be that, the girls are gonna love him, yada yada yada. There's so many things that you think about as a parent. And this is some shit you don't think about, you know? So, anyway, we're gonna figure it out eventually, inshallah. That was Peter Steele, right? To get back to the song.
It was?
Yeah.
I didn't know Peter Steele. I liked
that's the we already did a song from this band. Go right there, go back there. Where it says, scroll down, if you see where it says Jesus Hitler.
Oh, that written by Peter Steele.
That was him. Yeah. He did. Remember Jesus Hitler?
Oh yeah.
Jay asked for that song.
Oh, that's interesting.
So anyway, this is a good song. I also like the chorus part on the guitar. Like, he was like subtly melodic.
I like the beginning.
Really good. What do you
the United States of America? You got the right to hate who you want.
That's right.
Well, if you're not looking at it as like the race war thing, and you're just looking at it as like American, you know, I like the attitude of American pride, and that's what it had, and then it went black against white, which is ironic with us doing this together. But anyway, I liked it. I thought it was a good song. I thought it's important, you know, to talk about. So I'm actually going to 9.7.
Give it a solid 9. Had a little Slayer thing at the end when they sped it up the last beat. Good stuff. Keep your head up, everyone. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.